In the lore of the Overman and the Void, we've spent a lot of time exploring figures who are driven by this immense will to power. But today, we're going to dissect something, well, something far more chilling. We're talking about the Sapphire Jester. And you have to understand, he's not just another bad guy. He's an agent of pure erasure. He's the antithesis to literally everything Wotan and the Crimson Jester stand for.
So I want to start with a question that really gets right to the heart of this character. I want you to forget about power for a second. Forget about glory. What if the most profound peace, the absolute ultimate comfort you could ever hope to find, was just nothing? To simply not be. Now, this isn't just some philosophical thought experiment. It's the very bedrock of what the Sapphire Jester is.
You know, we talk all the time about the will to power, that internal drive to become more, to overcome, to grow. But the lore of the Sapphire Jester introduces its terrifying opposite, the will to nothingness. This is a deep, profound desire to unbecome, to escape the crushing burden of just having a self in the first place. And that begs a really scary question. How do you weaponize a desire like that?
Well, the origin of an entity like this starts with finding the perfect raw material. See, to create a champion of nothingness, the architects behind him didn't need a hero. They didn't need a rebel. No, they needed the exact opposite, a figure the lore chillingly calls the last man.
So who is the last man? He's anyone for whom the freedom to be an individual isn't some great gift. It's a crushing, unbearable weight. This is a person who doesn't want the struggle of self-creation. They crave what the source material calls the sweet oblivion of human comfort. It's that deep exhaustion, that profound desire for release, that becomes the clay from which the Jester is molded.
And this is the blueprint, the architecture of negation they use to shape that clay. You can just see the hierarchy here, can't you? At the very top, you've got Mephistopheles, the grand architect of this whole nightmare. His enforcers, the red judges, are the ones on the ground. And their weapon? The spirit of gravity. Their goal is terrifyingly simple, to flatten every single peak of individuality into one smooth, uniform, featureless plane.
And make no mistake, this wasn't some kind of magical moment of inspiration. Oh no, this was an industrial process, a horrifying assembly line. Step 1, find the people who are just burdened by their own existence. Step 2, apply an overwhelming, crushing pressure. Step 3, process them through the actual machinery of the void itself. And the result? It's not some enlightened master. It's a perfect, mindless duplicate, a successful Project Zarathustra, for slaves, not for creators.
Okay, so now we get how the Sapphire Jester was created. But to really, truly grasp the horror of what he represents, you have to see him in opposition to what we already know. We've got to put him up against his perfect foil, the Crimson Jester. And this isn't just good versus evil, folks. This is a clash of fundamental cosmic forces.
And it really is as simple and as primal as this. The Crimson Jester is fire. He's a chaotic, burning conflagration that creates heat and light through constant motion. But the Sapphire Jester, he's water. He is the cold, crushing pressure of the drowning deep, where all light vanishes and all motion just ceases.
This chart just breaks down that contrast so perfectly. Look at the symmetry here. It's incredible. The Crimson Jester erupts into being from pure will. The Sapphire Jester is industrially erased into being. One is driven by amor fati, this deep love of one's unique fate, while the other is pure odium fati, a hatred of it. For one, stagnation is death. For the other, individuality itself is the fundamental error. It's a perfect, horrifying mirror image.
So, with this horrifying origin story and this chilling purpose, what happens when this agent of erasure is finally unleashed on the world? Well, he doesn't come back as a simple conqueror. No, he returns as something far more insidious, the anti-Overman. And this, right here, is the absolute crucial point you have to understand. He's not going to debate you like Mephistopheles. He's not going to challenge you like Faustus. He has no argument to make. His entire method of combat is just absorption. He is a walking void that simply consumes the self.
The source material gives us this incredible, powerful metaphor. Think of Wotan, our hero, as the arrow of longing, this singular, driven, powerful force shot towards a specific goal. Well, the Sapphire Jester, he is the vast, endless, open ocean itself, rising up not to block the arrow, but to just swallow it, to make it part of the whole, to erase its flight path entirely.
And that right there is his ultimate function. Every unique life, every sovereign individual like you or me, we're a ripple, a shimmer on the surface of existence. But he doesn't see that as beauty. He sees it as a static disturbance, an error. His entire purpose is to smooth it all out, until all that's left is a flat, dead, featureless mirror that reflects absolutely nothing.
So this all brings us to the endgame. Where does a creature like this fit into the grand cosmic scheme of things? He is so much more than a simple villain. He is the ultimate tool for Mephistopheles' final plan. He is the true champion of entropy.
And here's where the cosmic alignments are just laid bare. You see, the Crimson Jester, for all his chaos and destruction, is ultimately aligned with the all-will, the force of growth, of change, of life. But the Sapphire Jester, he's the true champion of its opposite. He is the agent of entropy. He represents the force of absolute total order, which, at the end of the day, is just another name for decay and cosmic death.
And you can just see how this sets the stage for the final conflict, can't you? As our heroes, Wotan and the Crimson Jester, are fighting to ignite this dance of the burning star, this great metaphor for explosive creation and vibrant life, the Sapphire Jester has one simple, terrifying role: to douse the fire, to bring the cold and the quiet and the dark.
He is the living, breathing embodiment of Mephistopheles' most seductive and dangerous argument. He's not offering you power, he's not offering riches, he's offering you peace. The profound, undeniable peace of being a single drop of water that no longer has to worry about the struggle and anxiety of being a drop. The ultimate comfort is the end of existence itself. The source material leaves us with this haunting final image. He isn't the struggle in the water, he's not the fight for air. He is the silence that comes after.
And that is the absolute distilled horror of his goal. You know, other villains, they want to rule the world. They want to sit on a throne atop the ruins. He doesn't want that. He wants to wash the ruins away, to scour the world so completely that there is no evidence, not even a single memory, that a unique, sovereign individual ever drew breath. I mean, what is a greater threat than total, complete erasure?